Hello from Express Mileage. Wanted to give you a quick walkthrough today of how to make a mileage log and a few tips and tricks along the way. Let's go ahead and get started. First screen we see here is number of miles driven for business this year. I'm going to enter in the estimated number here, 46,000 miles, and the next question is the start and end dates of my mileage log. This is fine. I want to create this for 2015 and to end on December 31st of 2015. My vehicle, I've already typed that information in here, so that's easy. And then the initial mileage of my vehicle. So this is the odometer reading as of, say, January 1, the first day of your log, and then we'll start building our log based on that and counting up. The vacation calendar, all we need to do is mark the days that we did not drive for work, so we can easily indicate a few days. We can also use a few handy toggles on the right hand side here. I can turn off all weekends and turn on all holidays. That looks pretty good. There are two types of auto-populate functionality available. One is randomize and the other is repeating. Randomize is good for most everyone. It generates a number of drives based on, for each day, based on the average number of drives and the average distance that you drive for that drive. So it creates a very good representation of the miles that you may have driven in a particular time period. Repeating is a little more specific. It's good for folks who drive the exact same daily drives on a regular basis, so delivery drivers, or newspaper delivery, someone who's got a set schedule and a known path that they're taking on a regular basis. In this case, we're going to use randomize, and we'll move on and enter in some detail about the different types of drives that we do each day. Here we've got a number of them that have been auto-populated, right? And these come default. And then I've added a few others here, sales visits. And I simply just click on add, type in business, and then sales visit or follow-up, whatever we want to say here. And then click add and we get it added to the list here. I'm going to go and pick a number of these, and you'll see why I've duplicated sales visit a few times here in a second. This is a great tip for being able to create a very realistic log. Now I need to add in the next step the average drive distance and location, as well as the number of times of day for each drive. We'll go ahead and start with, and remember, these are averages, so the system's going to take this and then build off of it our log. Do about 14. Let's drop that down to 10, but we'll do it multiple times a day, 2 times a day. You'll notice our totals here are adding up, and so we can see where we're at. I'm going to add in some numbers here to help give us more realistic values, and you'll see why. Average plus or minus about 30%, 5, about a 13-mile drive, and then a 22-mile drive, and then sales follow-up. I can do 45 miles for those particular drives. Now, sales visits here, I've got a number of small ones because I'm driving a fair amount, and I want to have a number of those sprinkled through my log. I'm going to increase these until we get close to my number that we talked about before. So 42,000, that's fairly close. I'll stick with that. And then our location, we're going to copy and paste here. We could use any other location, city, state, etc. For the sake of simplicity, we'll go ahead and use that. All right, we are ready to auto-populate, so we can click the button and let the system do its magic and create our log for us in just a few seconds. Okay, our auto-populate is complete. You'll see here we've created 2,600 drive events for a total of 44,000 miles logged. This has a value of $24,000 at the rate of 54 cents per mile. We do want to go ahead and update that because the rate for 2015, let's double check that. For 2015, it's actually 57.5 cents per mile. So we can enter that here and update it. That's great. And now we can go to the calendar and view the mileage that's been created. And you'll notice this is color coded. The days that have over 100 miles show as red, and the low mileage, less than 49 miles or less, would be in light green. And I can go and click on any of these days and see that there's been the mileage that's been accounted for and logged. There are 2,600 entries, as we said. That's it. So I can add additional mileage fairly easily into the system, either by clicking on a particular day and clicking add and add the drive, or I could also click this button up here, new drive, and this allows me to add a drive to my mileage log very simply. And one other option that I like to point out is the ability to do repeating drives. So we could say every week we want to, once a week, we want on Tuesdays, and we want to start it on a certain date. So 2015 on this date. And we want to never end it, so continue it throughout the year. We'd add that drive, and then we could create a detail that way as well. So very handy for adding additional mileage to your log and creating the log that you need for your business. So very simple to operate. Well, I want to show you the very last bit here, the final output. We can preview our log and view it through the preview window, and as I become a member and join, I can actually print and download the log. Choose the entire log, what type of format, spreadsheet, and then download. Great. This is the final output, over 2,600 entries. It looks fairly good. Perfect. That's all. That's exactly what I needed. Well, there you have it. That's making a mileage log using ExpressMileage in a nutshell. Stay tuned. We'll create more videos to discuss different types of layering and other different techniques that we believe are useful when creating a mileage log. So stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted through these video blogs. Thank you, and have a great day.